So, very interesting way to open up the market today. Very, very interesting. Here, let me screen share real quick and let me get everything going real quick. All right, let's see right over here. Let me see. Let me see. Wait, can you guys hear me? My sound can't hear. Okay, okay. One sec. All right, wait. Let me join this real quick. Okay, can you guys hear me? Is it better now? Or what's up? What's up? Let me know. Yeah, yes. Okay, bad. Okay. All right, let's get this going. All right, so what I was saying was very interesting way to open up the market today, guys. Very, very interesting. Why exactly? I don't know, but we'll try to trade with it. We're gonna try our best here. All right, so coming to market open, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, it's for sure over a 100-point sell-off. Oof, yeah, over 100 points for sure, which is a lot. All right. Now, obviously, we can tell that we have a lot of volume coming into market open today, but off the bat, we can see that both ES and NQ, they're not really lined up. ES looks a lot more calm, right? It sold off, right? Obviously, I mean, we would imagine it for it to sell off if NQ was selling off over 100 points in one 5-minute candle. But ES, on the other hand, it sold off not as hard. And it didn't even create a gap, and it didn't even take out the London low, which is for sure something interesting that we could probably use towards our advantage. All right. So now we're kind of pumping up a little bit here. NQ, we're getting a little bit of a dual sweep, giving us a bullish bias for now because obviously we're holding above 694. Or well, we're right on it. I mean, we're not really holding above it, so we're gonna be like switching the bias. You're gonna be switching from bullish to bearish, bullish to bearish, bullish to bearish. But I'm actually really hoping we can see upside today. Now I know, once again, if you measure out this candle, it's a 107, 107-point candle to the downside. So you might be wondering, okay, David, well, how the hell are we going to inverse the fair value gap all the way up there, right? Now, obviously, I'm kind of with you. We're going to need a lot of buying pressure, but we've seen it happen before. And it can for sure happen again, right? So maybe in this candle, we pump up enough to at least sweep the London low over here, or maybe we pump up to inverse the gap in general all in one go. Who knows? Or maybe we want lower, right? But trading into lower is going to be really tricky. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All right. Anyways, here in the meantime, let me start on my YouTube. What's up, YouTube guys? What's up? Here, let me put out I'm live real quick. But yeah, today's going to be a lot. Definitely a lot. But let's try our best here, of course. All right, let me put out that I'm live really fast here. There you go. Okay. So now that I'm live on YouTube, that's perfect. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Anyways, so we're gonna need a lot of thinking and a lot of deciding with today's type of market, with the way that we're selling off and everything, because obviously there's a lot going on. So if we want to catch the real big move, we need to be very sure of everything that we're getting here. All right. Here, let me see. I got a notification here from something. Okay, but okay. So let's see. And by the way, for everyone tuning in, guys, welcome. I hope you guys had a very nice day yesterday, since we had like a little day off. And hopefully you guys are having a good morning, man. 15-minute FEG below. Talking about this one? 15 minutes. By the way, the indicator cut shorts. Oh damn, I didn't even notice. If you're talking about this one, I already have it marked out. If you're talking about this one, we can't really take it because there's a level of liquidity right there. You know what I mean? But damn, bro, the indicator already cut shorts. Anyways, bro, the indicator already beat us through it, bro. It cut it off this one. I'm assuming off open. Yeah, pretty much off open. Let's see. Yeah, we're probably gonna. I don't want to say that the selling pressure is dying down, but it kind of is, and we kind of understand why, right? We took out the London, we took out the external here, So we went from straight selling over 107 points into a little bit of still, obviously, a little bit of selling still because, the market doesn't just stop selling after 100 points, right? But we can see that buyers are definitely trying to step in a little bit stronger here after we took out these two very important lows. So maybe we can expect a reversal, but the problem is if we're gonna be trading off of a reversal, which is probably gonna be the case, I would hope for it to be the case. It's gonna take a long time unless the volume stays like this, right? Obviously, right now we have a crazy ton of volume, which means that we can reverse 100 points in a blink of an eye, same way how we sold off, right? But the thing is, I don't really when it comes to these type of setups, I don't really have high hopes on because it's just going to take a very, very long time. I'm not saying it doesn't work, or I'm not saying it won't work. I'm saying that, yeah, it could take a pretty long time for it to play out. We have the setup, right? But let me see. Okay. So if we don't end up taking longs, right, we always have to have a plan B, which would obviously be shorts. So if we do if we want to end up trading shorts, obviously it would have to be off of this 5 minute gap. We don't have anything down to the downside to inverse. We don't have anything on the 15 minute to inverse either. So we're gonna have to work with the 5 minute time frame, all right, with a 5 minute gap here. So if we're gonna somehow, some way trade shorts, what we could do is potentially look for a retracement into the gap, then a sell off enough to hold us below 694. And if we're able to do that with about a 35-point rejection from the fair value gap, we could potentially look to take short into the Asia low at 629.50 and potentially lower into 607 and 620. All right, hold on. My cat's at the door, guys. One second. Or no, never mind. I thought I heard meowing. Anyways, okay. So yeah, we could potentially do that. Now, obviously, we're still selling off quite a bit. So if this is not going to be the case up here, then we could always create a fair value gap here as well on the 5 minute time frame and also trade with that. The thing is, it's just going to be a less likely setup. If anything, it's going to be more likely for an inverse setup rather than a continuation setup. As much as I would love to take a continuation, I would much rather trade it from up here just so we have the whole world to go down rather than, a little space here. We create a gap, it closes down here, we get a little retracement, and we get like a 35-point trade, which isn't bad, but you know what I mean? I would just prefer this one up here. It just looks so much better. All right. Now let me have a look at ES, because if anything, NQ might be selling off like crazy because ES hasn't taken out the London, which is, like, once again, I find it very like surprising that NQ sold off 106 points to the downside while ES only sold off 9 to the downside and didn't even take out the London. And the worst part is it's like the market is playing games with us because we missed the London by like less than a point, like 2 ticks. So like I don't know why I did that. You know what I mean? It's kind of pointless, but yeah. So if anything, yeah, we can expect NQ to go at least a little bit lower. Well, it kind of already is, but it's just ES is just not following along. Like and obviously NQ is leading ES lower, so obviously ES is selling off, but not as much as it should be, right? So I'm hoping that we can take out the London sooner or later before we get any sort of setup, so we don't have to worry about it. But I mean, only time can tell. All right. But yeah, anyways, looking back at NQ here. Okay, so we for sure have a 5 minute gap here. Yeah, 46 points. For sure have a 5 minute gap there. If anything, the best scenario right now, in my opinion, would be we create the gap here. We close it in 2 minutes. Hopefully we close it, right? We create the fair value gap here. We sell off a little bit more. We take out the Asia on NQ and we take out the London on ES. We sweep these two lows on both ES and NQ. We go back up, we inverse this 5 minute gap, and we could target the 5 minute bearish rally gap that we created off open. That would be an insane trade, in my opinion. I think that would be the best case. Because yeah, we have a gap here. It's pretty much 50 points. The thing is, hopefully we don't bounce up too quick because we obviously need to create the gap. If not, we're gonna have to work with this up here. But this is a potential setup, right? So once again, for those tuning in or whatever, by the way, 650 people. Damn, bro. What's up, everyone? All right. Let me see. Where am I tripping, or did NQ already take out the lows? Why is this not taken? Well, you probably have the wrong. If you're using the highs and lows indicator, the session highs and lows, then you probably have your time wrong. Why are there so many people? I don't know. Why are there so many people? Typically, we average like 400-ish people. Yeah, why are so many of you guys in here all of a sudden? I mean, I'm not complaining, bro. Yeah, it's usually 400 average. Well, All right, then. I don't know. Maybe they want to see the indicator a little bit more. That's pretty hyped up. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so yeah, we have pretty much 50 seconds left into this candle right here. Hopefully we create an imbalance, right? And if we can get this imbalance, I'm really, really hoping we can get it. Hold on, let me put something in my YouTube chat real quick. Hold up, guys. What's up, my people on YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me put this out real quick. Okay, there you go. Okay. So 15 seconds left into this candle. We're about to take out the Asia low. We're getting a full selling candle. That's really, really good. But remember, we still have to wait for the next 5-minute candle to close. We don't just have a setup off the rip with this one here. We need the next candle to close. So what we need from the next candle is for it to sell off just enough to take out this Asia low. And just like how the indicator is marking it out, we would have a gap right here. Well, depending on where it closes, of course. But then, like, pretty much the game plan, guys, would be something like this. Look. So we could do something like boom, sweep, MSS, buying pressure, inverse, entry, price target. This is what I would love to see in the market right now. So in this candle, in this 5-minute candle, we sell off. We take out the Asia low. We sweep it. Please sell off. we sweep the Asia low by holding above it. We form the MSS model with the main low, higher low. MSS model will be right there. Buying pressure into the inverse. We take it with the buying pressure, and then we target the fair value gap up here, which would be about 36 points. What? I thought it would be so much more. I thought it would be like 50 points or something. Well, still, it's a 1-to-1, but damn, I thought it would be a lot more. Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, it still works. But damn. Okay. But I'm really hoping that this happens here. This is the absolute best thing that could happen in this scenario. And ES has yet to take. Well, to be fair, we haven't taken out the Asia. I was about to say ES has yet to take out the London. We're right there. So a chance of a sweep is probably more likely to happen. Hopefully very soon, especially when ES takes out this London, because we all know that ES wants to go up, right? And how do we know? How do we know that ES wants to go up? Isn't it going down right now? Is the whole market going down? Well, take this into account. All right. Right now, what we're waiting for, once again, for those trying to learn, is we already took out the lows on NQ, right? We just took it out right now, right? And wow, we are selling off quite a lot. All right. So yeah, we're taking out a lot of lows to the downside. All right. Wait. Let me see, because we're in this 15-minute gap here. Yo, wait. We're actually selling off like crazy. Hold on, let me lock in real quick. Even the indicator's finding shorts off the same gap here. Okay. I know I was gonna explain something, but I don't really think we have time to really explain it right now. So let me lock in something real quick, guys. One sec. I did not think we would approach the fair value gap all the way down here, the 15-minute gap. So let me lock in real quick before I start yapping all the way. Hold on, guys. Oh, I don't even think I'm gonna have time to. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Oh my God, we're already inversing the gap. Okay. Hold on. I gotta write this fast. Guys, I'm not in, by the way. I'm not in yet. But dude, why are we selling off so hard? What is going on? Okay, if I were to take shorts, I would have my stop loss 35 points. So up here, let me turn off the indicator real quick so it doesn't confuse anyone. So if we enter, keyword if, we would have 2 price targets just like that. Okay, I need to know why we're selling off. Is Trump speaking or something? Okay, ES took out both lows, so I'm damn, bro. These shorts, if we take these shorts, bro, it's gonna be scary, bro. It's gonna be super scary. By the way, guys, I'm not in. All right, don't rush anything yet. We're still waiting for a nice hold below the 15-minute inverse that we're getting last second for some reason. But yeah, this is gonna be a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So if I do end up taking this, guys, I'm gonna take a light, about 7 contracts. Oh my, bro. Okay, I'm in. I got a very late fill. Oh no. I'm gonna try out shorts, guys. I got a super late fill. For some reason, I didn't get filled for like 2 seconds. But I'm gonna try it out just because we're getting a lot of selling and we're getting the inverse. I'm going to try it out. Guys, this is going to be a super risky trade. All right. So hopefully it ends good. Hopefully it ends really, really good. But I don't know what's going on in the market. I don't know why we're selling off so hard. But I'm gonna trust the selling and see how these shorts go. All right, guys. I'm gonna have my stop loss place at 621 just in case anything bad happens. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be a super risky trade. Super, 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 super risky trade. So let me see. I got filled at 25,775. My price targets are there. Okay. But all right, let me alert this short real quick, and let me see what's going on. Oh, and by the way, guys, I forgot to mention one thing. Today is gonna be the last day you guys can pass your account for the $40 activation fee. So if you guys do wanna stack up on some Apex accounts, it's called Blastoise. It's 70% off. Today's the last day at midnight with the $40 PA fee. So if you guys have been past your accounts and you haven't activated them, today's the last day to use the $40 fee thing, because typically it's like 100 something. Or if you guys are gonna pass your accounts sometime today with any trade, you will know that obviously at midnight is the last, the last time to really use the code. So yeah, once again, it's called Blasters. It's on the screen. All right, guys. Anyways, so let's see how these shorts go. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a little nervous. I am definitely a little bit nervous. We are selling off quite a bit. Hopefully, we don't get a deal sweep anytime soon. Because that'll be very scary. But yeah, we got like a last second. I don't know. We got everything is coming in last second, bro. But let's see how this goes. I'm honestly really, really nervous with this trade, bro, because it's just not that it's last second. It's just there's so much volume that any little thing can mess up this trade. And we're getting a fat pullback right now, so we'll see. Oof, this volume is super scary. But let's see what we can get here. Now, if this trade doesn't end up holding up or holding down, I guess we can say, we can still work with this deal sweep off the same 5-minute inverse, which we could still use, of course. I wouldn't want to use this one. I would want to use this one up here, though, if the shorts don't work. Because right now we're getting the thing is, let me check where this news is coming from. While this trade runs and does whatever it needs to do, let me see what we have here. So I don't think we have anything on Forex Factory. No, do we have Trump speaking? Let me see. Trump. No, he's not speaking. So is there anything on Twitter? Hold up, guys. Well, this trade does his own thing. Let me see. India cabinet. I don't really think it has anything to do with anything. AMD shares 70% up. There's literally nothing. Why is the market moving so crazy? Let me see. Fed Williams says he's closely watching markets for liquidity signals. That was 30 minutes ago. Also, that's not very important news. I want to say the reason why the market is selling off, India cabinet says New Delhi blast was terrorist incident. Whatever that means. I don't know, bro. I don't know why this market is moving so much, bro. But we'll see. Anyways, we're getting a little bit of a retracement here into, I'm assuming, a 1-minute gap here on ES. We are now holding below the level of liquidity once again on ES, which is a really good sign. Hopefully that pullback didn't scare too many of you guys. Obviously this trade is pretty nerve-wracking because of all the volume, but obviously we still have all of our setups here and price targets. So we'll see how this goes. Now wait, let me see. PT1 will be 35 points. But we'll see. I'm just closely watching ES to see if it's able to hold below 877. Because if ES starts sweeping, I mean NQ is kind of in more control, but you know what I mean. I would want to see ES holding down with NQ as well, so we can expect lower. But it kind of seems like NQ is picking up the volume to the upside a little bit more. Let's see, because the deal sweep is coming in like, and NQ is picking up the buying pressure a little bit stronger here. So if anything, this pullback might be a little bit too. If anything, it might be a full-on reversal off the deal sweep from 607.25. But we'll see how this holds. Because yeah, the buying pressure is coming in strong, especially on NQ. ES is kind of just there doing nothing, but NQ on the other hand is picking up really strong here. So I want to see how this holds. Yeah, we're pretty much above the gap as well again. So worst case, if we do end up sweeping this liquidity off of the external in Asia, we just work with this inverse up here with just a heavier size. We already know that the volume is not going to be an issue. That today's volume is insane. We just got to see if this holds. Let's see. Hold on, let me write this out here. All right, there we go. All right, anyways. Do we have anything on the 5? Because if we trade, wait, hold up. If we trade this, no, it'll be 20 points. Okay. Let's see if we can get a green to red here. Or well, the 5 minute already closed. Can we hold it down red below the gap? Dude, this volume is insane, bro. Okay, we're pretty much back to break even. Hold on, let me edit something here. Oh, wait. Dude, I looked away for a second and we're already setting off again. We're holding below the DUL on ES, which is a really good sign. Hopefully the sellers can hold here into... Hold up. Dude, what is this market, bro? What is going? It's like, dude, every 2 seconds I look away, we're just getting a huge volume spike here. But okay, anyways. Hopefully we don't get a red to green here. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of holding up here. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up on NQ. Because NQ, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, now that NQ has more volume, even if ES has like a little pullback, NQ would have a pullback way stronger. Because if you look at this, buying pressure, I mean this buying candle over here, compare this candle 50 points to the one on ES. Oh, it's kind of the same. This is NQ. Well, pretty much the whole point that I'm trying to say is NQ just has so much more buying pressure. Or just more volume in general. But if we can see 548, I mean, that's pretty much break even there. We just need one good selling candle. So if we can break past this low, we should be able to see the price target. Because NQ is already selling off lower. We just need ES to break past this low here. ES is the only reason why we're not going down right now. It's holding it way too much. Yeah, ES is holding down NQ. Bro, how are you guys feeling about this trade, bro? Let me know in the chat, bro. You're out, Mail? Bro, yeah, no, this trade is scary, bro. If you guys are taking profits early, bro, I don't even blame you guys, bro. This trade is super scary, bro. I'm just hoping we can get a little bit more, like, at least, like, just one little hint of selling so we can see that price target. Up 200, not staying. I'm gonna hold it for myself, bro. But because I haven't seen any price targets for myself, but dude, yeah, I do get where you guys are coming from, bro. Because we keep getting these it's just there's too much volume in the market and it's just moving crazy, which is just making this trade just overall look pretty scary in general. You know what I mean? Because look, we keep getting like red to green flips with a lot of volume. Like if you measure out each and every single one of these candles, 40 points, we have a 50-point candle here. I mean, worst case, we can always trade into the other side as well if we do end up getting the confirmed reversal. It's just there's just so much happening in this area here. See if we can get a candle flip again. Dude, yeah, this volume is scary. Like I said, guys, worst case, if this trade doesn't end up holding up, which hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, we could still trade to the other direction. Because we the first setup was obviously longs off of this inverse here. So if we end up getting a DOL sweep from the external and the Asia up here, which hopefully we don't. Hopefully we can see 548 first. But yeah, no, we're getting a lot of buying pressure, so I might get stopped out here. But if that's gonna be the case, we can still look for this first setup, which is longs off of this inverse into the price target up here. There's so many fair value gaps today. But let's see. Once again, guys, my stop is still at 621. But yeah, no, this trade is moving crazy, so I might get stopped out soon. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Yeah, no, we're getting a lot of buying pressure. So yeah, I might get stopped out of this one soon. It's too much volume. Yo, I got slippage. All right, there. Guys, I got stopped out, man. Yeah, no, this trade is way too crazy. Like I said, worst case, since we're going to start getting the DOL sweep off of the external in Asia, I might just work with this 5-minute gap up here. Let me put out that I got stopped out. Hold up. Unfortunate trade, but we saw a little bit of green on it, but it wasn't enough to take profits, man. Very unfortunate. But let me see. We can still trade the upside here if we get enough buying pressure, which is the first idea in the first place. Let me delete this real quick. All right, hold on. Let me mark out the Asia here. I'll delete this for audio because I am not going to use it. If anything, bro, worst case, it could be a retracement into this 5-minute gap and we go lower. But I don't know if I really want to trade shorts anymore. For the most part, it's mainly because we're already sold off quite a bit. And we're just overextended, but it could still work. But I don't know. I wouldn't really like shorts to the downside. Wait, let me see. If we reject off here, yeah, we would have a bearish bias as well. It's like it could work, but if anything, I might just wait for, if shorts end up working out, I might just wait for the whole bias to finish, and then we just work with this up here. Because right now we're just kind of getting in a little bit of a choppy range. Let me catch up with the chart. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see. David, what does the indicator say? Let me see. Let me turn on both of the reading. Hold up. Because right now we're definitely getting a continuation model. Hold up. Let me. Or at least we're trying to get a continuation. I really hope we inverse this gap, so the only thing we can focus on is this up here. A little bit unfortunate that this first trade didn't work, bro. It was a good setup, just way too much volume, way too much going on. Let me see something. I'm really hoping we can inverse this gap up here, so we could just focus on this 5-minute gap and then just get a re-entry off that. And then off this one, I'll just size heavier. Let me see if this makes it a mess. Oh, I got it. Yeah, you see, it's trying to find a continuation model trade here because the bias is still bearish since we're still holding below the Asia. Oh, wait. It's also finding longs off this one up here. Oh, yeah, because of the 30-point rule. That's right. But yeah, I'm really, really hoping we can inverse this gap here so we don't have to worry about shorts anymore. ES is already doing it. How are you trading micros on NQ? Just type M and Q in the contracts. MNQZ5. Why is everyone pissed? Who's mad? Let me see. Ah, bro, I'm not even gonna focus on the chat right now, bro. Anyways, let me see. Dude, the only thing in my mind right now is inverse gap here because I'm just worried that we reject off this fair value gap and we go even lower because we're inside of a 5-minute gap here, so we can get a rejection into lower. That's the only thing that's kind of worrying me a little bit. So if we can get the 5-minute inverse off of this gap here, it's like, okay, if we go lower, there's no setup, so we're probably not gonna miss anything. Yeah, we're getting the rejection again. So here, the 35-point mark would kind of already be here. Yeah, 35-point mark would be pretty much right here. I don't want to enter shorts again. I don't want to have to re-enter it, especially in the range side where we're just choppy. I might as well just miss out on this setup. If we go lower, then I'll just find a new bias. But worst case, I avoid trading this chop, and if we pump up in inverse gap, we can take this inverse up here and target the fair value gap up here. I would prefer that instead. I just don't want to trade in this range right here. After negativity. Wait, who's saying stuff? I'm not really reading the chat all that closely, so let me see. Let me scroll up. Let me see what's going on, bro. Let me see. Hold up, guys. Okay, right here, Blitz. This is absolutely nuts. The first trade I take out of all the winning trades in the past, I lose. Typically, we always see that message when we take a loss. Hold up. Yeah, I'm not seeing any negative messages. Bro, you got a 45-point stop loss. That's where you're not stop. Oh yeah, I know. I said what stop loss I had. Let me see. Oh, yo, wait. We just got a red to green. Hold on, let me catch up with the chat a little bit more. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything, so hopefully you guys are chilling there. Anyways, so let's see. So we inverse the fair value gap, so we don't have to worry about shorts anymore, which is the amazing thing because I didn't really want to short the market anymore. I feel like we're already way too oversold. But hopefully now we can get a little bit more buying pressure. The same way that we were getting buying pressure here, enough to pump up about 30 more points. We get the inverse off this 5-minute gap up here, and then we just target the fair value gap above for a 35-point price target, which is a 1-to-1 risk reward. So we could do that as well. I would like to do that. This is the first shit that we were watching off open today before we sold off into that 15-minute gap that we took. And then ES, on the other hand, not the cleanest, but we're also getting a deal well sweep, which is what we also wanted off open. So let's see. We just need a little bit more buying pressure. Let me just prepare everything just in case. So give me a second, guys. So okay, so if we take NQ longs, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No, I was gonna say we would only have one price target. We would only have one nearby price target, but we'll target this up here. Then we could target this internal. It's not the craziest level, but we could target it at 812. So okay, let me see, because we're picking up the buying pressure. Okay, so 25,705. Then we would have. I gotta hurry up. Hold up. 25,812.50, and then we would have 25,830, which would be the final price target, which would be the London high. And then just this trade just all in all has a little bit more confirmation. I'm just hoping that we just don't start chopping around this area because it just makes everything so much more confusing and just trickier in general with the entry. Okay, so then if we end up taking this trade, my stop loss would pretty much be set at, let me see. So if we take longs here into London, we would have a stop loss placed at 25, 634. Okay. Okay, let me delete this for since we're not gonna use it anymore. ES is flipping from red to green. We're getting a reversal. We're getting the D wall sweep. We have the MSS model. Looking at NQ, on the other hand, we should also have the MSS model. Let me see. We turn this on before anything happens real quick. Yeah, so we have the bullish MSS, bullish bias, volume looks good. We have the entry model. Everything looks perfect. So this is a pretty good setup. Rated 10 out of 10. So we just need enough buying pressure to then inverse this fair value gap, and we should be chilling pretty much with that entry. So yeah, guys, just start paying attention here. Like I said, I'm gonna size a little bit heavier on this trade. You guys know my rules, pretty much my rules, my personal rules. When it comes to trading, after a loss, I just size a little bit heavier on my next trade. Yeah, I'm gonna put this out real quick. Hold up. All right, let's see. This next candle opened up. Let me see. We're getting even more buying pressure. Can we inverse the gap though with enough buying pressure? And I'm not reading the chat yet. I know you guys are probably going to be saying that there's a 15-minute gap, but if there's enough volume, we can make this work. Which is why I'm just mainly looking at the volume right now to see if I even want to take this inverse. All right, we're about to get a red to green here. Can we hold it though? Is a real question. Okay, so if I were to enter, we're getting a little bit more buying pressure. We're breaking past previous candle highs. Can we hold it? We need ES to also pick up a little bit here because I wouldn't want ES to be holding us down. Yeah, we're still getting a little bit of pullback. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're on ES at least. We're in a little bit of chop here. Not the craziest volume, but ES has been slow since open, so it's not really something that's like it's gonna ruin everything. But it can definitely be a little bit trickier here. I'm just hoping that NQ's volume doesn't die down because the volume that we had here, I would love to trade it to the upside. You know what I mean? It'll be a quick and easy trade. Yeah, ES is just holding us down a little bit here. How much are these candles moving by? I don't want these candles to be slowing down either. All right, I feel like I have enough time to catch up with the chat in the meantime while we pull back or shut off or do whatever. Let me see. I'm surprised everyone's still on. I mean, bro, it's because we have a setup here. Like, we can still take it. It's just we need this volume into the upside here. Hopefully we don't sell off enough though. Into 548. I'm really hoping that this external low sweep is enough to just reverse us. If not, we're gonna have to sell off all the way down to 548 and potentially work with this 15-minute gap here as well. Which wouldn't be a bad idea either, but I don't want to work with anything down here with all the selling that we've been getting. You know what I mean? It's just there's too much selling. But yeah, no, right now this candle is selling off like crazy. So we're gonna need a lot to recover as well. But if the volume looks good and it's not an issue, then we can recover this in no time. But yeah, no, look at that. Oof. Fat red candle here. We still have 1 minute left. Maybe we create another gap here that we can use after we take out 548. Because what could happen is since we're selling off so much from this candle, obviously the entry is still there, but since we're so far away from it, it might just take a very, very long time to see it. So if anything, what we can do is right now, if we already sold off about 71 points in 5 minutes. We still have 1 minute left into this candle. We're breaking past previous candle lows. So if we can sell off a little bit more to create somewhat of a space here in the market, a little gap here, we can use this gap, right, as a potential inverse, but we wouldn't inverse it yet because we need to take out 548. If we're right there, we might as well take it out. You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping in the next 45 seconds, since we're already so sold off, we might as well sell off a little bit more, create a little space in the market, something like maybe like this, right? A little space, right? And then in the next 5 minute candle, we sell off a little bit more. We take out 548. We potentially bounce from this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Then we get the DOL sweep with enough buying pressure to inverse this little space here if we create it. You guys get what I'm saying? Because here I just wouldn't really want to trade anything in terms of shorts. The market has already sold off a lot. I know we pulled back and everything, which is, pretty healthy for even more selling, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to take it. And ES is just leading us so much lower. ES already has a gap here as well. Not that I really want to trade ES today, though. It's a little bit slow. But we'll see. I'm going to give the market a little bit more time, see what setup we create. Obviously, we weren't able to really create the setup here, so we're going to have to wait for the 5 minute candle here to do whatever it needs to do. In worst case, we can always use this 15-minute gap as kind of like a backup. I wouldn't really feel so comfortable trading an inverse off of this because once again, like I said a million times, the market has already sold off a lot to the downside. We would take out the liquidity at 548, and if we take out that liquidity, let's say for example, right, we take out liquidity at 548. You guys know typically we never inverse it immediately after we take out that exact level. Sometimes we go a little bit lower. So what worries me is we get enough selling, we take out 548, we inverse the fair value gap at 539. We get faked out and then it reverses. You know what I mean? So it's really risky, all in all. It could work, but I don't know. I would have to see how we sell off into it, pretty much. What about the 1 minute gap? Nah, bro. I know I said before that the 1 minute gap, if it's there, I'll take it. Nah, bro. Fuck the 1 minute, bro. I don't like trading it, bro. It's too hectic. I get it. Like it can work and everything. And yeah, we can have setups there and everything, but dude, it moves so much, bro. I just do not like it whatsoever. I don't care if it's like the best looking setup in the world. I just do not like it. And I'm sure you guys probably agree with me in here. Some of you guys. I don't know. We're still kind of in like a choppy range. So I'm gonna see if we can break out of it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna give the market some time here. Let me see. I'm gonna delete this. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it here just in case, so you guys don't get confused, or just so you guys understand what we're looking for. I'm hoping we get pumped up here, but the thing is now, even if we do get pumped up, we're gonna have to go up a long way. 88 points to the upside. Oh, actually no. 65 points to the upside. Which is doable with this volume, but dude, I just don't want to be stuck in this range here where we just chop. So I'm gonna give the market a little bit of time, whether it wants to go up or down. We get a buy based off of it, and depending on the range and the volume, we will know whether to take it or just call it a day. So right now we're just dancing around this external. Hold on, let me write something out. Give me a second, guys. 1 sec. Yeah, we're probably gonna go into the 15 minute for sure. It's just it's too choppy to tell because I say one thing and then the next second we just completely reverse. Just because price is, it's not that it's choppy. We have volume. It's just we don't have momentum. Let me delete this just so you guys don't get the wrong idea. And I would take an inverse off this 15 minute, and I'm probably considering it depending on how hard we sell to the point where we'll know if we're gonna go lower into 478. But the only thing that worries me is if we do end up selling like crazy and we take out 548 and we get, because the inverse would be about 9 points lower than the level of liquidity so if we take it out and we inverse it, there's a possibility where it could be just a sweep. But I mean, there's a way to tell whether it's going to be a sweep or not, depending on how hard we sell, which is the main thing that I'm looking for. So right now, obviously, with the way that we're selling off currently, it's obviously not the most ideal selling. So for now, I'm kind of expecting we take out 548, we sweep it, and then we go back up because of the selling, right? It's not really there. But if we sell off like crazy with a lot of impulse to the downside, then we could take out 548. And if we still have enough selling telling us that we're probably going to go lower, then we could potentially take shorts from this 15-minute inverse into 478. But right now, it's really hard to tell when the momentum is, look at the 5-minute, right? It's really hard to tell when the momentum looks like this, right? So that's pretty much what I'm waiting on right now, guys. I want to see ES take out the Asia low, then reverse to lead up and Q up. I mean, the thing is, ES has done its job already. It's taking out more than enough lows to then tell us what it wants to do. We don't need to take out this Asia low. It would be very ideal. Yeah, like it would be even better. You know, the more levels that we take out, the better. But we have enough levels that we've taken out. Even one is enough to then tell us if we want to reverse or not. It's just the thing is, the momentum right now is just dead. So yeah, we'll see. Now, if we want to reverse, by all means, sure, right? The only thing is that sucks is that we're gonna have to wait. I don't want to say we're gonna have to wait so long, but we're gonna have to wait for quite a push up, right? About 70 points to the upside, right? So obviously, if the volume is good, sure, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just the momentum, right? We can pump up 1 second, and the next second we go right back down to the lows. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be a little bit not tricky, just very annoying, right? But that's the name. That's the name of the game. Let's just come back in the PM. I can't trade in the PM today because I have to go to the dentist to get my like 6-month cleaning or whatever it is. So yeah. If you don't want to trade until the PM, obviously you can stay cash until then. It's not really a big deal. Yeah, I want to call it. Yeah, by all means, get off the live. You know what I mean? You can call it just close your charts. You know what I mean? I took skills on the first trade, but I'm a bit red. I want to practice calling it. Oh yeah, just pretty much close the charts. It's pretty much like that. I mean, if you feel like you're tilted or whatever, or you just don't like this market, just close the charts. That's simple. Or you can come back later when you're feeling a little bit more refreshed. David, what is the indicator rating on the first setup that we took? 10 out of 10. Everything was there. You know what I mean? We had a bearish bias. Let me hold on. Let me see it. Let me see what it said. So we took shorts where like right here, right? Hold on. Okay, so let's see. So let the indicator load up real quick. Okay, so it had shorts off open. I don't know how it found shorts off open. I didn't even see that, but whatever. So it found shorts off open. It played out, all that good stuff. But then we took shorts off of this 15-minute inverse here. So oops, wait. So right here. So green candle, red candle. Okay, so it's reading bearish. It's reading good volume. It's reading. Oh wait, I have to turn this off. Actually, no, I'll just leave it on. It's whatever. Celebrating. Oh, because it didn't find the MSS. So it's still like an A setup. It just didn't have the MSS model because obviously an MSS model is only for a reversal trade. Obviously, this was a continuation trade off an inverse into lower. So when we took it, it pretty much confirmed the thing here. I don't know why it's not confirming it. But yeah. I don't know. It was a good setup. It was just a lot of volume. So it just made obviously the whole trade just very scary all in general. Yeah, for now it's kind of just a waiting game to see what direction the market really wants to go into. Whether it's not the 5 minute. the upside into this inverse with good momentum, or the downside into this 15-minute inverse with enough pressure. How did the indicator get a bearish bias? Because remember, we took out the drawn liquidity to the downside, right? So I'm assuming, yeah, we took out the London and we took out the Asia, and we were holding below it with still enough selling, right? So obviously, if that's going to be the case, then we can expect lower since the selling is still active after we took out a level of liquidity. All right. Okay. But off open, it didn't find. I actually don't know how I found it off open. Let me see something. Now that we have enough time to kind of just wait for the market to do its own thing here. Let me see. So okay. So I found shorts off open. We know that part, but off what? Because I don't think we took out any level of liquidity. Oh, we took out the internal up here. That's probably what it was. Yeah, we took out this internal here. Wait. Oh no. This is my level. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let me use shift. Did we pump off open? No, we instantly sold off. Oh, I think I know what it is. Hold on. This is my level. Yeah, I know pretty much what it was. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we took out this internal here. So I know what it is, guys. Yeah, we had a level inside of the fair value gap. So pretty much what the indicator saw, the reason why it showed shorts off open is because yes, we did inverse the fair value gap off open. We did have enough selling pressure, and pretty much what it saw is here. Okay, so you see here how there's no bias, and obviously it makes sense, right? We didn't take out any highs, we didn't take out any lows. So pretty much what it saw was we took out the low here on this internal, right? Look, let me show you guys. You see how there's no bias still? But check this out. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, I skipped too much. Wait. Okay, yeah. So look, it just has to load up real quick. So pretty much what ended up happening is we took out the low here. Let me see if it does it in this candle. Okay, obviously, I can't really show the exact candle, but we took out the low here, right? Since we're holding below this low, it's reading a bearish bias. Obviously, it's not updating yet because with the replay feature, it's a little bit buggy. But if I skip to the next candle, it should probably show it. Because yeah, that's pretty much what ended up happening. And obviously, here's reading bullish because we took out the low here. But yeah. That trade, all in all, I wasn't going to take it either way. And so this is what the market's doing. Absolutely nothing. Bro, don't tell me that we chop here, bro. Please. That'd be super, super frustrating, bro. Oh, and it found shorts as well. Let me turn this off. There you go. Anyways. David, you should really start the live before 9:30, even if you're not talking. At least everything is set up, so you're not scrambling to type of setup off open. I don't my bad. I don't scramble to type setups off open. I just don't trade the open. I just choose not to. Yeah, the replay feature sucks. I know, bro. I know. But yeah, no, I don't scramble off open. I just choose not to trade typically the first 5 minutes of market open. I just don't like trading it. Too much is going on. It's too hectic, too much volume, too much direction. Sometimes very unclear direction. So I like to wait about 5 or 10 minutes after market opens to let the market, to see what the first two candles do, whether it's a nice candle, whether we create a fair value gap, whether we chop. I would know exactly what to expect. Yeah, open is scary all the times. I know. And yeah, I get it. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like today, for example, you might have missed a 100-point trade because we didn't trade open. Sure. But how many times is that gonna happen consistently? You know what I mean? It's gonna be a long day with the chop. I know, bro. I know. I know I've taken many trades off open. That's if the setup is looking really, really good. But in most cases, even sometimes or most times, there's a setup off open. And I choose not to take it. I promise you guys, I'm on the charts. I get up at like 9. I'm on the charts by like 9:05. 9:05, maybe 9:10, and I'm setting up for the stream. I hope you guys don't expect me to be waking up at like 9:30 and I get on and instantly, you know what I mean? No, I'm on the charts for like 20, 30 minutes sometimes, just charting up and finding out the setups. I see the setups. I just choose not to take them sometimes because I just don't like the open. It's too hectic. You know what I mean? If you're looking better than CJ, nah, bro, I'm not better than anyone, bro. Bro, everyone has their own strategy. You know what I mean? Yo, come on now, 100, bro. Let's see. Facts and you're whining. You want to see your eyes open on, bro? Is this pumping? Is it getting out of the choppy range? Oh yeah, it is pumping here a little bit. It just inverts the gap there. Not that we're gonna take it, but hopefully we can pump up enough. Not the craziest pump up. It's enough, to tell us what's going on. We're inversing this very small bearish rally gap, or at least we tried to. Hopefully we're able to hold above 877, so we can confirm a DOL sweep there sooner or later. But yeah, hopefully we start moving or doing something here, so we can at least get a trade going. At least one last trade for the day. Yeah, are you ever? Yeah, I am. Once again, guys, one thing I try to explain to you guys so often is there's a lot of you guys in here that are for some reason just waiting for me to start this zero to payout challenge. Guys, one thing I get it. It's fun and it's fun to do it all together. But one thing I want you guys to understand if you guys are asking for it and waiting for only that, nothing is gonna change. The trades that we take don't change. When we scale doesn't change. Nothing changes. It's just me doing it with an eval account, just sizing heavier. You know what I mean? It really does nothing different. You know what I mean? This next yeah, bro. He's actually trading on he's doing both funded and in a live account. Nick is spamming the payout channel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Do I go for Apex or Top Step? Heard Apex you could do more accounts but less cap, and then Top Step. Yeah, so it depends on the type of trader that you are. If you like to secure small payouts but very consistently, you could do Top Step. If you want to secure not like one payout a month, but very, 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 very big payouts, do Apex. Because Apex allows you to trade up to 20 accounts, while Top Step only allows you to trade up to 5 accounts. Which, yes, 5 accounts, you can still make a lot of money, but obviously you're still leaving money on the table if you're not copy trading as many accounts. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. Blast. Oh, I didn't see your question, my bad. Yeah, Blast, looking at your setup, if we end up inversing the 5-minute fair value gap, we're going to be in a big 15-minute gap at the same time. Not scary for this? Okay, so I already explained this. Like I said, I will only take this 5-minute inverse if the buying pressure looks really, really good, right? Why do I say this? Well, if the buying pressure looks really, really good, if you're already inversing a 5-minute fair value gap and we're already getting a DOL sweep, reversal, confirmations, and everything, and we have those very strong buying pressure, we can just anticipate that we're going to inverse a 15-minute gap. Now, if you don't like the word, if you don't like the idea, you don't have to take it. You can always wait for the 15 minutes to get inversed. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is you're gonna have to wait pretty much all day for that 15 minutes to get inversed. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take a while. You know what I mean? So I would much rather just risk a little bit more, take it here with all the given confirmations, and just trade into the midpoint for a price target, and then just hold the rest risk free. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. MC, hey David, what about trying a bunch of less mainstream but reputable firms and seeing how the rules affect potential profit? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm doing just fine with Apex, bro. I don't really feel like changing them. I don't know if you guys remember when I did that Top Step zero to payout challenge. Where we did everything, we passed it, and we got the payout and everything. It was kind of confusing at first, bro. Like it was a huge mess, bro. I didn't know how the orders were working and everything, and it just messed up a few trades. I don't like that. So honestly, bro, if it's not broken, why fix it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, we're all here to make money. I'm not here to be testing out firms or anything. I just want to make money and just live my life. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yo, Blast. Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on? What's going on? The chop when we take an entry is wild. Nah, but today we didn't really chop at the entry. It was just too much volume. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, the trade didn't play out. I think we saw like 20 points on the trade. I think. Nah, we saw maybe like 15 points. Let me see. Wait, we entered at what 575? We entered here, right? Yeah, 75, 575. And I got a very late entry as well. So we saw. Oh yeah, 15 points on the trade. Yeah, we didn't really see much to really scale there. Now, for the people that got scared and took early scales, bro, consider yourself lucky, bro. Like, go play the lottery or something, bro. Anyways, let me see. Yeah, we're still stuck in this chop here. I'm not gonna lie, ES is picking up a lot more volume. We pumped and dumped, while NQ is kind of doing nothing there. RP to the people that took this inverse. Actually, did not hold. Yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit more selling pressure here. I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather just take shorts here instead of just waiting for this inverse up here. It'll just be so much easier. Let's see. Hey dude, while you waiting for the setup like this, do you ever think, bro? Dude, I gotta read these questions. Dude, ES is selling off a lot. We're about to take the Asia low. Well, we still have more lows below, but the Asia one being, I'm assuming, one of the most interesting ones. Yeah, look at that. We're selling off quite a bit on ES. Okay. Now, I'm hoping that I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm hoping that we don't inverse this, or not inverse, sweep this Asia low, because then we're gonna be screwed. And the reason I'm saying we're gonna be screwed is because, yes, sure, I get it. You know what I mean? We're getting a reversal, we're getting a clear bias, we're getting upside, we have room for upside and everything, but we don't have a setup. We don't have a setup anywhere, in fact. So if we do end up reversing, we're gonna need to wait for about a 100-point push-up to get even one entry. And with the given momentum in the market, it's not gonna be so quick. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that we kind of sell off a little bit more, enough to get this inverse going right down here and maybe trading to 478. That'll be pretty good. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty good. But yeah, the PM session, unfortunately, bro, as much as I would love to trade the PM session, I more than likely can't unless I'm going to be trading and driving, which I'm not trying to do. Because I have to go to the dentist today to get a little cleanup. I mean, you always gotta be clean. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, let's see. We're getting a little bit more selling pressure here. We're approaching the 15-minute gap. We're approaching first 548. Let's see how we react off that. But if we get enough selling pressure, which we kind of are in the 5-minute time frame, and we're breaking out of this range, we could potentially look to take shorts here. Potentially. Yeah, look at that. So we're selling off. We just inverse the gap. I won't even have time to decide whether I want to take this or not because we're selling off like crazy and really fast. But let's see. I'm not in shorts yet, guys. Yeah, but I'm about to enter. I'm just nervous with the deal sweep. Let me check out ES. Yeah, ES is selling off like crazy as well. Okay. Let me get something going here. One sec. Let me get this here. Let me get this here. Okay, so if I enter, it will be at 25. Yeah, around the 5 range. Okay, let me kind of get this going here as well. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. One sec. Let me make sure I have all the given price. So if we end up taking this trade, 478 and then 452. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, can we hold below this in the next 7 minutes? Is the real question. All right, because ES is, I'm not gonna lie, it's bouncing off this huge 15-minute bullish for rally gap with the DOL sweep as well, almost. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm really hoping that we sell off even more because I just want to take shorts and just call it a day. You know what I mean? But yeah, right now, oh my god, we're getting a very strong buying candle here. Or not a strong buying candle, but we're getting the buying pressure. We're getting a DOL sweep off of a 15-minute bullish for rally gap. The thing is I get it. We can get the DOL sweep here, and this is why I didn't rush to enter. At least not yet, because I'm just a little bit worried with the DOL sweep if we do end up getting it, which we kind of are right now. But the problem is yes, if we do end up getting this DOL sweep, the thing is what are we going to enter longs off of? I'm not trying to wait 100 points to then take an entry. 110 points, not even 100 points, 110, right? Do we have anything on the 5-minute? Maybe. Okay, yeah, actually, we have something on the 5-minute that we can work with. Thing is, it's inside of a choppy range. So, And then, wait, if we take off the 5-minute, Okay, hold up. There's just so much going on right now, bro. Because, let me see. Because if we're going to end up getting a DOL sweep from both, because of ES, bouncing off a 15-minute gap with the DOL sweep here, with buying pressure, and NQ is going to hold above the level of liquidity at 5.4, confirming a bullish bias temporarily, I would say. right? And we get a 5-minute inverse here. We could just target this and this up here. That's if we close this candle here, which we don't know. Hopefully you guys didn't rush the entry here, because we're mainly waiting to see if we can hold 548 first, which we didn't. All right. So let me see. Look, if we're gonna reverse, at least hold this gap here, please, because now we're screwed. Like we won't have any setups anywhere. Hold up. We have 20 seconds left. Please, for the love of God, do not pump for the next 20 seconds. Let's see. Hold up. No. Even this small gap can work, because we still have all the confirmations. Okay, we got it. Okay. So, hold on. I don't have anything prepared. Oh, shit. Hold up, guys. Oh, crap. Hold up, guys. I'm not locked in right now, bro. No. No. I'm missing my entry. I gotta prepare this. Hold up, guys. Hold on. Let me see if this even holds enough. One sec, guys. One sec. By the way, I'm not in yet. Dude, what is this volume, bro? Like, it's so choppy, bro. I might just skip out on this as well, bro. Like, the whole market in general is just horrible. I thought I missed my entry, and then it just reverses. Yeah, so far nothing yet. Well, ES is kind of pumping up quite a bit here, so I'm not gonna lie. I do really like longs here, especially off the 15-minute gap here that we're bouncing from. So the question is can NQ hold it? Because if it can, then sure, I'll consider some longs at least. Because yeah, ES is also inversing this 5-minute gap here. It's just the price is just not so stable right now. Let me see. Yeah, guys, just pay attention here, because I might look to enter something soon. I just want to make sure that everything is looking perfect, bro, because this market is really messy. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be very picky. I don't even care if I get a late entry, bro. I'd rather be picky and just make sure that I get something correct here. I don't even care if I get a late entry. I just want to make sure this is like it's strong enough to continue higher. Yes, it's pumping, which is a good sign. It's holding the D-wall sweep. We took out everything to the downside. It looks good. Plus the inverse, the fair value gap there. But NQ on the other hand, I don't. The thing is, I'm gonna need to enter soon. I might just say if I'm gonna enter around here, because I'm not trying to get a super late entry either. You know. All right, guys, I'm gonna try out longs here, man. I'm gonna try them out. Just say fuck it. If this one doesn't work out, then then I'll be done for the day. But it's just ES is looking too good to the upside. Look at this. It's literally pumping up like crazy, and all that good stuff. I'm just a little bit nervous with the momentum on NQ on the other hand. But yeah, I'm gonna set my stop loss at 554. If this one doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna call it a day. Because obviously the market won't really be respecting anything that I'm doing here. But let me see. And if ES pumps up, since ES is pumping up a lot harder, we're probably gonna have to target something on ES first, like a lower price target, before NQ takes out anything, which will pretty much be at 878 on ES. Yeah, I'm gonna see how this holds. Remember, guys, it's a little choppy, so we might get some pullbacks here and there. Just hopefully it's not enough to see 554, because if not, then I'm really done for the day. It's just the longs look too good here. And for those wondering why I'm looking at longs so much more than shorts, although we did inverse up the 15-minute gap below. Obviously, we're not holding the 15-minute gap anymore. But if we're mainly going based off ES. If you look at ES, what do we have here? Well, first of all, we sold off into the midpoint of a 15-minute bullish fair value gap, right? If you measure this candle out, it's about 10 points, an exact fair value gap, right? At the same time, we took out the liquidity at the Asia low, we took out the liquidity at 866, and we took out the liquidity at 865, right? If you look at the 5-minute time frame, Asia low, pullback, right? We're bouncing off this gap here, a lot of buying pressure, red to green, DOL sweep, inverse off the 5-minute gap here. So if ES is leading everything higher, then we could just take longs on NQ since NQ has a little bit more volume. Well, kind of the same volume, but you know it's there, right? So we're just taking longs off this very, very small but valid fair value gap into the liquidity above, which is at 628.25. Oh yeah, I forgot to alert. Oops, hold up. My bad. Anyways, so yeah, we have the liquidity at 628.25, 660, and 705, which is what I want to target. And then two of them being fair value gap targets, and then one of them being a what's it called? An internal. Right? So hopefully ES can pump us up a little bit higher. We might see the price target on NQ before we see it on ES, but we'll see how that goes. Right? Either or, whichever one gets taken out first, I'll take scales. You know what I mean? But yeah. It's just obviously now we're approaching a little bit of the lunch hour, so it could get a little bit slower. So this trade could take a little bit of a long time. We'll see. Time can only tell. Let me see. There you go. Just have to write that out real quick. There you go. Anyways, let's see what ES is doing. Still a little bit choppy here, bro. Or just a little bit indecisive. I was hoping that we just don't get like really strong pullbacks into any of our stop losses. Now, if ES starts holding below this Asia, then actually no, the Asia doesn't really matter anymore. It would have to be A65. If you hold below that, then it could start being a little bit of an issue. I just want to say that any pullback that we get here is more than likely just about chop, but it's hard to tell. See if we can flip ES again, but NQ is just not showing too much. Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, bro, NQ is showing a little bit more weakness than ES is. Oh, damn, bro. This market is way too choppy, bro. So it's gonna keep playing around the stop losses. Because the thing is, with ES starting to show more weakness, NQ is gonna dump even harder into the stop loss. If anything, yeah, the PM might be slightly better, but the thing is, I won't even be able to trade the PM. Bro. Let's see how this holds, but I don't know. This market is just way too. So seeing this sell off out of nowhere, it just tells me everything I need to know with this market. It's just too choppy, too indecisive, and we had literally everything confirmed as well, yet again with ES and everything, and just doesn't want to hold. Yeah, I'm not really expecting too much with this trade. All right, guys, my stop loss is placed at 554. That's the last one that I'm working with, whether it holds or not. And things I'm not even gonna tell myself I don't even know where we're rejecting from because it's just chop, pure chop. But it's so annoying. Yeah. I mean, you could tell like ES is barely selling off, it's barely moving, and the NQ just wants lower. It's just because it's so much weaker. And then there just won't be anything else to trade. Everything else got disrespected as well. This didn't hold. This didn't hold. The gap didn't hold. Nothing's holding. Nothing's getting respected today. Yeah, NQ's selling off. Yeah, yeah, I got stopped out, guys. Damn, bro, I took a heavy L today. Yeah, guys, I'm not even gonna bother trading this market, bro. None of my setups are getting respected today. It's just way too choppy. It's way too choppy. Damn, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna see if maybe the thing is I know I won't be able to trade the PM session. Got it? No, of course. I'm done. I'm done for the day. Yeah, dude, nothing is getting respected here. Literally nothing. The 15-minute didn't get inversed. The first entry didn't get respected. This one didn't get respected. The 5-minute didn't get respected with everything confirmed. It's just price is way too choppy. Although the confirmations look good, it's just not enough. Tough market, 100%, bro. No, I'm not worried about it. I know we can make it back. It's just, dude, it gets annoying when it's currently happening. You know what I mean? Because, dude, everything looks so good here. And if we do end up trading the PM session, which I don't think I will. I mean, I don't know. It depends on if because I have like two. The only thing left to take is pretty much ES. It's the only one that's moving. It's the only one that has setups left. We have nothing else left here. Literally nothing. Because nothing's getting respected. Literally everything is out the window. I'll go back. Nah, bro. Don't worry, bro. I'm not worried about that. What are your indicators about? It's probably the same thing, bro. It's the same inverse with the confirmations. It's literally everything that we're trading. It's finding. It's just, bro. Nothing's getting respected. Y'all don't see a 5-minute IFG? It was right here. It's a small one, but it was there. This one right here. I'm gonna see. The only thing left is really this 15-minute gap on ES, bro. And I don't know. I'll see how it moves later. But for now, I'm gonna avoid literally everything in this market. I'm not trying to trade this chop. The thing is, on trader rate, the fair value comes in. I don't trade based off trader rate. I go based off trading view. But yeah, other than that, guys, bro, I'm gonna get off for today, bro. I'm avoiding this market, bro. I'm not trading this, or at least for now, bro. Just this AM session, it's horrible. Nothing's getting respected, like I said. But yeah, if anything, bro, I'll see you guys hopefully later. Maybe I have time enough time to at least put out one more setup if it looks really good. But in this volume, bro, there's no way I'm taking anything. But yeah, other than that, guys, bro, I'm gonna get off for now. I'm gonna take a little breather. And yeah, if I see anything later, then I'll let you guys know. So keep your notifications on. But for now, don't touch anything here, bro. You guys already saw what's going on. All right, guys. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later then. All right, guys. Peace out, guys. Peace. And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Obviously, not the greenest day ever. But yeah, I'm gonna be trading with the PM. Hopefully later with the premium. Hopefully later in the PM session. To see if we can make back at least some of the losses that we took today. But yeah, very unfortunate day today. So yeah, we'll see how it goes later. I'll update you guys tomorrow when I go back on stream, and I'll let you guys know. All right, guys.